Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Very good morning. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you. I've heard that you all worked in the defense. So, first of all, thank you so much for all the contributions that you've done to this country. I've closely associated with defense when I was in NCC. I did Rajpath. I met the president Abdul Kalam. So I kind of know. I was doing parades with you people in 2006. So I lived with uh, with the defense forces for 3 years. So that's a great memory. So without wasting any time, for the next 30, 45 minutes, let's focus more on your resume, LinkedIn, and branding. And then I will talk about like 5, 10 minutes about, not 10 minutes, but 5 minutes about HR function, what are the sub functions, so that you can actually choose your career in case if you're confused between where you want to go. We'll do this. First of all, let me share my screen and take you through. Please let me know if you're able to see my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, Venkatesh, you can see.
Awesome. Great. So let's spend most of our time on resume and LinkedIn and branding today, because that's very, very important. I'm not looking at right away just getting a job for you, but on like how to be successful in career. Very quick thing about what I've done so far is 14 years in the HR space. Except HR, I have not done anything. I'm a certified coach. I keep doing sessions, talks, coaching for a lot of people. It could be irrespective of what their career is. Because I very strongly believe that the most valuable gift that you can give to yourself and others is a fulfilling career. Just imagine you're changing somebody's career. It means a lot to them and their family. I keep hearing from all the people from defense that, you know what, hey, we are from defense. We haven't seen your corporate world has changed a lot. You're moving faster. Can we fit in? What are the skills? Please understand that for everyone in the corporate world, we just started from 21 or 2022. Let me give you an example. None of the CHROs, the general managers, or the country heads of any organizations are able to handle Generation Z, are unable to handle hybrid workforce. Do not think that we know everything. We be in the corporate world, we are able to solve problems. The answer is no. You show me one CHRO who is able to handle the entire hybrid workforce effectively. Oh, I think he deserves some awards, because we are still figuring out. Everybody is figuring out. Similarly, with respect to industries, if I have to talk, automobiles are changing. You are seeing, completely electric cars. We are moving from electrical cars to ethanol. Just imagine the skill set that is required is completely different. Ethanol, we are starting in 2023. So it's a different skill set that we need. We cannot say that, hey, I am a mechanical engineer. I know how to do it. I can work on it. The answer is no. So electric cars or others need a different thing. IT, we're completely into cloud, AI. Trust me, every business that we are talking right now or working with needs AI in some or other form, right? So AI is completely new for everyone. You go to any bigger organizations, they are still figuring out where to put their AI, because you can't put AI everywhere you want, right? They're still figuring out. So like banking, you've seen, e-commerce, you've seen, hospitality, everywhere things have changed post-COVID. So if you are from defense and then you're trying to be in the corporate world, do not think that, oh, my skills are not there. I'm far behind. No, maybe you're behind just by 1 or 2 years max, because 2020, nothing changed. 2021 is where there's a huge churn in the attrition rate. You would have seen about a lot of people moving between different companies. Attrition rates have gone high. 2022 is exactly where corporate worlds have actually said, okay, let me figure out what's happening. And 2023 is where you are seeing that where the job market is so tough, because there are a lot of churn happened. Companies have given a lot of compensation. They're still figuring out about their profits. US elections, India elections. So do not think that you're far behind. That's what I wanted to tell. Okay, so I will spend 1-2 minutes on this slide, because it doesn't matter how experienced people are or a fresher, we take wrong decisions with respect to career, because people have to clearly differentiate between what is a job versus what is a career, versus what is calling. A lot of people think that whatever they are doing is their career. The answer is no, because job doesn't need actually a lot of value, skills, and all. So anything can be a job. For example, there are a lot of data entry jobs. You see a lot of retail stores. There are a lot of managers that are there. But that's not a career. But what is career? Career has actually long-term perspective. You need some values to be successful in career. You have to just don't need skills. You need competencies. People get confused with skills and competence. They feel that, okay, I have skills, so let me just get into that. I can do it. No, you need competencies to make their career, right? And sometimes I keep hearing people saying, I myself did it when I was a fresher, saying that, hey, I'm passionate about it. Let me get into it. No. For example, let's take wildlife photography. People love wildlife photography or traveling, right? There are a lot of passionate people. Do we have jobs? Can you make a career? The answer is no. Do not go with passion. That's the reason why you have to do assessments of it. So let me just take a second and then do a very quick survey. So there are 3 questions that you have to answer that will tell you whether you're going with passion, or your values or skill. I will go to the first slide. Can you please scan this code, and then you will actually get a survey, and then you will get a quick questionnaire. You can answer it. So when you scan, you will see a link which talks about career assessment, discovering your career fit. Just click on it, and then there are only 3 questions. You just answer it, and then maybe I'll talk about it. Once you're done, just ping me so that I can continue.
Venkatesh, we have to click on the career assessment tab, right?
Exactly. Career assessment, discovering your career fit. Just click. You will have just 3 questions to answer about passion, skills, and values. Just click on it. Because by end of the session, I will tell you about, I've done with like 100, 150 people. I'll be able to show you the graph about why people are just going by passion and then not by their values or skills. Once you're done, I'll move on.
Venkatesh, is this regarding the present job, or you don't have a precursor to what we are supposed to write, passion, skill, and values?
For example, let's assume that you wanted to get into HR, or you want to get into like IT. Just think that you are in HR and then do that assessment, thinking, are you going into HR space just by passion, or do you think that you have skills and values to be in that? So put yourself in that job already, that you're doing it, and then do that assessment. Can I move?
I think one who has completed, they can raise a thumbs up so that we can know.
So we could do this in case if you're taking time, it's fine. We'll move on, because I will share the QR code at the end also. We can finish it off. Let's move on, because let's spend more time on. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the recipe for career success. I keep hearing people saying that, hey, if you have a great resume, you'll be able to get a job. Again, people are actually not in the right direction, I would say, because for me, if you ask me personally, after spending like 14, 15 years in the HR space, I would have done like minimum 500 interviews to minimum. I've done a lot. In one company itself, I've done like, I remember 400, 500. So resume is actually 10% of your career success. you have another 20% on how to crack interviews, because a lot of times people put a lot of things in the resume, but they're not prepared. They're not able to crack the interviews. They're not able to understand what is the requirement. So they do not crack. The other thing is about career navigation is very tough. People think that, yes, they will be able to be successful in their career, but suddenly they say that, hey, I want to switch my career. It happens with everyone, because you realize that after getting into it, working in it for some time, you realize that, okay, I wanted to switch. It can happen at the leadership level also. I've seen so many leaders after spending 20 years, they do not want to be in the HR space. They want to be into management space, or they want to get into admin space. So it keeps happening. So just again, I want to repeat that resume is just 10%, because some people are getting carried away saying that, okay, if I have a solid resume, I'll have a great career, or I'll be able to crack the interview. Now, let's spend more time here, because this is important for you. The entire session that we have built today is around resume. A lot of people will keep talking to you about that. Hey, you do this, you have the contact information, you put the resume summary, education, skills, competencies, achievements, professional associations, publications, you put it so that your resume will be great. The answer is yes, definitely, no doubt about it. But these are just the basic elements of your resume. But are these important? I will give you my own story. When I was getting interviewed for Deloitte, as a fresher, I realized that the person who's interviewing me was into NCC, and then he was able to connect with me because I mentioned what I've done apart from work. A lot of people that when you interact with other countries, they will be impressed if you are into volunteering, you're doing something for the society, because it's not about work. Now people are actually figuring out other things apart from work, even in the corporate world also, because CSR is the big thing in the corporate worlds. And there are a lot of job opportunities also in the CSR space. So if these are basics, then what is that which are important, which can help you is what we will look into in the next slides. This is what I would suggest to all the coaches that I have or the mentoring thing that I do. Whenever you want to prepare a resume, the first thing that you have to do is that the format, the color, it is completely your wish. Nobody will ask you why you've done, etc., etc. Please understand that I would do this, I would ask others to do this, is sit yourself peacefully, list out all the things that you've done. It could get into pages, please, it's completely fine. Because when you keep writing, you will remember about a lot of things that you've created impact, and a lot of stakeholders that you worked with, a lot of operational tasks, strategic tasks. Once you've listed out everything on an Excel sheet or a Word document, highlight all the strategic things only. Do not put operational things on the resume. Corporate world doesn't need people with operational skills, because the corporate world hires you to actually do those transformations, change, right? So do not put operations, because I keep seeing even some leaders or senior people also start putting operational stuff. That's the reason why people right now are suggesting for a one-pager, because when you actually go for 2-3 pages, you will not be able to sell yourself. So suggested, even if you have 20 years of experience also into one page, it's completely wish. Nobody stops you if it's 2-pager, 3-pager. But list out everything, highlight what is strategic, put all the operational stuff in that strategic. If you're applying for an HR job, think how is it applicable for the HR job or admin or a leadership role, and then put it in the resume. Because do not put operational stuff, because operational stuff can be done by anyone, which is missing. Then what is meant by operational strategic stuff? For example, let's take HR as an example. Onboarding is an operational stuff, but doing what performance review model to implement is a strategic thing. Doing an employee engagement survey is an operational stuff. Anybody can roll out a survey and then get the feedback. But getting an action plan, getting the action plan, putting them strategic outcomes out of it is a strategic thing. So please, if you're putting if you're not putting operational, not putting strategic stuff, please go back, see your resume, understand if it is a strategic or an operational thing. Second thing, industry right now, the corporate world will be impressed if there is a cross-domain or a cross-functional knowledge that you have. For example, you are coming from defense forces. There are so many things that we could learn from you into the corporate. Please project that in the resume, because cross-domain is very, very important. The third thing is tech savviness. I keep hearing saying that, hey, we are not so much tech savvy. If you're not, it's completely fine. There are a lot of YouTube channels. You could actually be a tech savvy on about how to use AI. I will just, in some time from now, I will show you how can you respond through AI on LinkedIn. Please do not waste your money, time on courses, doing certifications. A lot of things are free. I will tell you it in the next slide how to do that. The other thing, very, very important thing in a resume, it should talk about data analytics. It could be the numbers, or because every job needs data. There is not even a single job, including your defense forces or anything. It could be hospitals, retails, data is needed. So you have to make sure that data is projected. You should also talk about assessment programs. I see a lot of people, even the senior leaders, mentioning about certifications. They say that, oh, I've done these certifications, but after that, what did you do out of it? There's no use. I'll tell you an example between assessment programs and then certifications. For example, I am a CII HR assessor. What happens with CII HR assessment? It is not just a certification that I do, and after that, it's over. No, the CII HR assessment works in this way. After I do a workshop, the CII assessment will give me opportunity to do assessments every year. That's when I get into different industries, different domains. For example, except IT, I have not touched any other domain. But right now, I'm getting into BPOs, I'm getting into IT, I'm getting into retail, I'm getting into healthcare, I'm getting into hospitality, which I will not be able to get opportunity. You as a professional who want to be successful in corporate world have to get into assessment programs, not get carried away by spending your hard-earned money on certifications and then next do what? Nothing. Because I've done the same mistake like you. The other thing is, right now, because you are at the leadership levels, I mentioned this visionary thinking. We need, people would assess you at visionary thinking as one of the skills that The other thing is about change management, project management. Every job needs change management, leadership changes, tool changes, technology changes, like COVID is a big change. Every job needs a project management. So you have to project your skills. The other thing is about, you have to have the compelling stories on your resume. You have to make sure that it is there on your resume so that you can talk about it and then win in the interviews. Current skills, please do not mention the old skills. You have to mention your current skills, which is important for the corporate world. For example, as I said, I gave an example of technology, right? You cannot say that, hey, I'm good in mechanics, cars and all, but right now it's all petroleum or sorry, electric, and then we are moving to ethanol. So we have to talk about what is current skills that are required. How do you know about it? I will tell you when I do the LinkedIn session where to play with the keywords. Professional associations are good to have. Continuous learning is what the corporate world needs right now. Continuous learning, because industry is moving, technology is moving at a faster pace than we can imagine. And the other thing that I keep talking about in all the forums is about being creative and innovation. So innovation is a very big word, so let's not talk about it. Creativity. How can you be creative? Please understand that you can't be creative just like that. It'll take at least 6 months to 1 year to bring in the process, because that's where, if you're in any space in the corporate world, you will be able to bring in more value add. So I'll tell you, when I'm coaching other people or mentoring, I keep telling this example where how I learned, because when I was in college 15 years ago, we were asked to take an object and then asked to think how many ways that we can use this object. And then that's where that helped me actually bringing in completely new employee engagement initiatives, which you will not see in other organizations, even in the bigger brands. There is other thing that you should be very careful that is happening in the AI space when it comes to resumes. White fonting. It's called Gravitas white fonting. I think you would have heard about in the news as well, where when the person sees the resume, they can see the skills. But when the AI sees the resume, you can actually play with it, deceive it by Gravitas white fonting. What do you mean by Gravitas white fonting? You may not have all the skills that you wanted for the job, right? So what people do is that put everything, all the skills, and then do white fonting. So the AI picks it up. What are the pros and cons? I will talk to you at the end, not now. Impactful words is what you have to put, because for example, you led a team, you've transformed. So use those words which are impactful. Okay, and remember that people have very less time to see your resume. I mentioned 30 seconds, but in the last 15 years, I've seen people just scrolling it for like 15-20 seconds and then say that, okay, let's shortlist this profile or not shortlist this profile. I've worked with bigger brands like Deloitte, Microsoft, and people do not understand you, me, nobody has time. So the attention span is coming down. So how can you sell yourself in 20-30 seconds on your resume is very, very important. And another thing, every line that you write in your resume, please ask yourself, why did you do that? For example, you wrote a sentence on your resume. You ask yourself, why did you write that? What is the impact? With whom did you work? And when did you do? Because in the interview, obviously people ask these questions, right? So you shouldn't come out as if you just wrote for the sake of writing it, but you will be able to project yourself better. So that's the reason 30 seconds and 4 Ws are very, very important. I'll take the questions at the end, but I will move on to LinkedIn basics again. So a lot of people on LinkedIn keep telling you. Sorry.
Sorry, Venkatesh, sorry to slightly interrupt you. I'm extremely sorry, but just a point. You're giving a lot of points. We agree. The point is, when we do any certification or anything, there are no ways many times to apply it in the services directly because you're constrained by those SOPs over there. And for people who are ex-NDAs, like after 12th, who joined through National Defense Academy and then seen only Forge and nothing else, we don't have anything. I mean, what you're telling is absolutely correct for a guy who's at least had something outside. But if you're a fresher and making a resume, I would request if you could probably explain it from that point of view so that.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, let's take an example of you being in the armed forces and you have not seen the corporate world. And how do you put yourself in the resume? Sorry. Okay, I'll continue. So I was saying that just we will take you as an example. You have not seen corporate world, but you still wanted to apply, and then putting the fresher lens, how do you make sure that you prepare the resume? Understand the common skills that you need for the corporate world. For example, data is something that is very common for any world. You name a developer, tester, manufacturing company, retail, hospitality, data is very, very important. And how do we bring in insights and decision making through data is through Excel or Power BI. So can you have that skill? The answer is yes. So again, do not spend money on it. YouTube can actually help you. There are so many free sources. Use it. So one of the you've gained already one skill. The second thing, change management. Every job needs change management. For example, you got a new manager, you got a new leader, you got a new org structure, you got a new product. Everything is new. How do you bring in change management successfully? Because can you imagine corporate world throw money like 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs on KPMG's, Deloitte's, PwC, on Big Four to bring in change management? Can you do change management? Are you effective? I think you in the armed forces you've done right. For example, you've changed entire MiG to something else. So there's no more MiG aircraft. So you should talk about those lessons and put those skills. Project management. Every job needs project management. For example, you would have done bigger programs with respect to defense, right? You talk about those stories. So as I said earlier, you have some common skills. Then common skills are over. Now, how about other skills that you have to apply for a job? That happens through courses and certifications. Again, I repeat, there are a lot of certifications which you could get it for free. I will talk at the end because I want to show the demo of it. So you will gain it through certifications and courses, and that's when you will have to project yourself. On LinkedIn, the next slide, I will talk about how to improve your skill and how to actually get the job opportunities, thinking you are a fresher, you have no knowledge about corporate. Okay, can I move on?
Yes. Actually, I lost connectivity, so I think I'll have to watch the recording. I asked the question and the connectivity just vanished. Bad luck. But anyway, I'll see the recording. Thanks. Okay. Just please go on.
Okay. Okay. So again, LinkedIn basics. A lot of times people talk to you about, hey, you know what, do this. And I'm sure LinkedIn would help you get the job. Again, the answer is no. You will not be able to get a job if you have a great banner, great photo, headline, featured. If you're putting a lot of featured education, No, it will not help you get a job. But what is important for LinkedIn, what's the next level is, you can actually use LinkedIn extensions. I will just show a demo after this. I'll stop and then show a demo so that you will understand. LinkedIn has extensions where you can actually respond. You can actually have jobs, search. You can actually connect with people. The other thing that is very, very important is personal branding. There's one thing that is free and people do not use it. That's branding. Go to LinkedIn, go to Instagram, please brand yourself. Again, I say, don't just think about now. In the corporate world, you have to be successful. Branding is very, very important. Okay, how do I do branding? How many times I post? There is nothing like you have to post only once or twice. You can always post 3-4 times. Talk about your stuff. For example, you wanted to get into like HR space. Let's take an example. Keep posting about what are you learning from HR. Keep blogging, keep writing articles. The way LinkedIn works, the search works is, for example, right now, this year, I'm not looking for a job, but I was so much into posting on LinkedIn. People still reach out to me, though I do not have open to work, because the search engine works in such a way that whoever is very, very active, who has all the skills, it'll obviously show up on the top. So getting a job opportunity is very, very easy. So please start posting about where you want to get into. For example, you want to get into an IT space, keep posting about IT space. Recently, LinkedIn launched this top voice, right? You always keep saying that, oh, I'm LinkedIn top voice, top voice. How did they get? They didn't do any magic. They just went and contributed to the articles, and they actually got that. And how does it help in actually getting an opportunity? LinkedIn, the entire algorithm is designed in such a way that those people are given opportunities, and then they are shown on the top when somebody is searching for example, HR, you will be on the top, because that is very, very important. You have to play with it. Keep sharing content. There are features like media, events, polls. I think whenever you're posting it, make sure that some posts you do it with an image, some you start doing polls, some you can actually look for an expert. Keep using the advanced features, not the basic features, because we are all done with the basic features. We have to get into advanced. LinkedIn has a feature of actually doing skill assessments. I will show you right now. And then you can actually build your resume and then understand, what are those skills gap that you have. You can actually find mentors on LinkedIn. You can actually find coaches on LinkedIn. You can play with keyword. You have to network. For example, LinkedIn will tell you somebody's birthday. You just go say hi. It may not work out right now, but trust me, you keep doing it, you will connect. You can create job alerts. There are a lot of free certifications that you could do. There are freelancing opportunities that you can get. I will take a pause. All this, let me show a quick demo. We are already at 10:33, and then I'll move to the next part. Let me just stop my screen share for a second and then reshare. I'm sharing my LinkedIn. Can you please confirm if you're able to see it?
Yes, Venkatesh.
Yes, Venkatesh, it is visible.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's talk about AI. How does artificial intelligence help you in networking, etc.? For example, let's go to any post. Let's take this post, and I want to comment on it. What artificial intelligence is doing is, it is reading the post and it will comment. I'm not doing anything. I've just pressed a button. It's called Engage AI. When you have time, please go to Engage AI and extension, and you put it. The AI will only actually read the post and then comment. Okay, so to give you...
Can you just come again, Venkatesh? How did you do it, please?
Okay, sure. Just let me refresh my page. Can you see my screen, and can you see Engage AI banner?
Yeah, I can see extensions,
So
right?
Engage AI is the extension. So what it does is, it will actually help you comment. For example, I'm commenting on TV Rao. I will say custom. It will read the post and then it will comment. Sometimes it may act crazy, but when you do it on your system, it should work. It should work right away. Let it read. Meanwhile, I'll talk. So it has other extensions also, like Career Flow AI, Engage AI, LinkedIn Radar. What does LinkedIn Radar do? It will optimize your LinkedIn profile. It will tell you whether your LinkedIn profile is completely 100% or not. So use the extensions so that it will help you be on top of on the search. Okay, I'm so sorry. I think it is, I don't know why it is taking so much time, but it usually works. So what it does is,
there's been an issue with LinkedIn last 2 days. Everywhere it has been doing the same thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, I want to show the demo and okay, let me move on then. Okay, so if you see, there is LinkedIn top voice that you keep seeing on people, right? You can also be a LinkedIn top voice. Pick up any articles or the topic that you can contribute. For example, you all have done the leadership, right? Pick leadership as the topic. You keep contributing, you will get this badge. How will this badge help in your job? Is when somebody is actually searching for people, your profile will be on top. But to get this badge, you have to keep contributing continuously. I'll show you an example so that you could start doing it. Okay. So on LinkedIn, you will find these articles. For example, you have articles around engineering, sustainability, business administration, finance, web, food, transportation, you know, all this. You see, wherever you could contribute, you can actually, for example, you want to contribute articles around business administration, just click on it. You want to contribute on this article, click on it, and then start contribution. See what it says, earn a community top voice badge. I do not have this badge. I am more into employee engagement, so I do not want this badge, but you want this badge, start contributing. If you continuously contribute, it says contribute to 3 or more articles in entrepreneurship to earn a profile badge. So you'll be able to earn a badge and it will help you in job search. Keep doing it. I'll move on.
Where do you get this article? Can you just tell us? Okay.
Sure. Let me just ping it on the chat right away. Just a second. Okay. I will ping in a second. So just a second. Let me chat. Okay, got it. Please let me know if I pinged on the chat. Can you see?
Yes, there is a link.
Or let me just ping the link of the article itself. So you can see whichever article, all the articles or the topics are there. You just go contribute. Moving on. Okay, we just left with 20 minutes. Okay, so this is your profile. Please understand that there are features where you could actually use it. You actually have build a resume here. So when you want to build a resume, you can actually create your profile. I can upload or create from profile. Okay, and then I want to give it as, for example, CHRO, Chief Human Resource Officer is what that I'm aspiring. So when I apply, it will talk about the skills that I have and suggested keywords that I should have to be shortlisted for that profile. What is that missing in my profile is OD, organizational development is missing, succession planning is missing, leadership development is missing, personal management is missing. So these are the keywords that are missing in my profile for me to apply for a CHRO. Please go ahead and do search with different titles so that you understand what keywords are important for you to be successful or for you to update your profile. Okay, great. Let me move on.
So can you please say it once again, what you just told?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Just a second. Let me go back. You have your profile. On Click on more and you will find build a resume. When you click on build a resume, it'll ask you whether to create a profile or upload your resume. I'm actually clicking on create my profile. When I create my profile, it'll ask me which job title. So let's say that I want to get into organizational development, head organizational development, let's say. When I apply, what it does is, with respect to my title that I gave versus what the skills that I gave, it'll assess and then say that these are the skills I found, but what is suggested, these are the 4 things that you're missing in your resume. So if you add it, this keyword optimization will work, and then when somebody searches for OD, your profile will be on top. But to be on top, you have to continuously keep posting. Okay, moving on.
And also, sir, all these features will only be available in LinkedIn Premium, I guess.
No, it's completely free. I'm not
Completely
using
free.
I'm not using LinkedIn Premium. If you see my account, see, this is not LinkedIn Premium. It's a free.
Right, sir.
So LinkedIn Premium is used mostly by recruiters and people like you who are applying, looking for a job, but it's available. Moving
Right,
on,
sir.
very, very important is your job search. You have to create alerts. For example, I will say organizational development as the job. Okay. So you will be able to create alerts out of it. If you see this button, I can set it as alert. Okay. Right now, I do not want, but you search for job, go to jobs, and then click on set alert. So it'll keep alerting when there are jobs, okay, on the title or the job that you're looking at. Moving on, that is second thing that you have to do. So again, if you want me to repeat, I'll repeat. You search for whichever title you're looking for example, CHRO. Okay. CHRO is what I want to apply. I will go to jobs. I get the jobs. So here, if you see this button, set alert, you click on set alert, that's it. It's simple. And it'll keep alerting so you can put 4 or 5 alerts or as many as you want. Moving on. In jobs, you have skill assessments that you could do. For example, there are common skills that are needed for the corporate world, right? Somebody was asking. So you do the skill assessment and help you in, putting your profile on top because you've completed the skill assessment. So it'll actually pull your profile up when somebody searches. So it is so simple. Click on jobs. Sorry, stuck. Okay, you click on jobs and click on skill assessment, this button. And interview preparation is second thing. So you could actually record your practice. You can record on all these topics and then it'll help you prepare for interview. You don't have to reach out to anyone. I would suggest this, and I keep telling everyone, please do not waste money on just doing a certifications or doing courses. The basic things are available, everything on social media, on LinkedIn. So do it. Only for the advanced is when you have to do certifications. Okay, moving on.
As we keep, Venkatesh, sorry to interrupt. When you say, tell me more about yourself, when we keep doing this, these things get recorded on LinkedIn. So doesn't it mean that people who are seeing will it not generate any negativeness? Because the first time you may not be successful.
You can delete it and then redo it. So you can keep doing it, practice and get feedback. And then, so it's
okay.
Good. Okay, moving on. I'll stop my screen share because there are other important topics that I want to talk. I will reshare my screen and then go to the presentation. So I just showed you how LinkedIn extension. So go back. Engage AI is the extension you have to put. LinkedIn optimization, there's another extension you put so that it'll help you. LinkedIn top voice, as I said, keep contributing so that it'll just don't think about right
Sir,
now.
I'll just interrupt you once, if it's okay.
Please
You
go
told
ahead,
about
ma'am.
this Engage AI. So how are we supposed to put this extension? I mean, how does this work? We just download it and...
Yeah, so just type in Google Engage AI, you will get it and click on it, and then it'll ask you to add to the extension. As soon as you add the extension, it'll just come to LinkedIn. By default,
Okay.
it'll come. You don't have
By
to do
default.
anything.
Right,
It'll come by
right.
default.
Right, thank you.
Okay, moving on. Sorry, I'm rushing because you have only 1 hour, so I have to cover everything. Please enhance your skills. It's not just one time LinkedIn and resume. You have to keep updating. Whenever you do a certification, just put it in the resume or LinkedIn. Keep talking about it. There are free certifications that will be available. Please do not spend money and waste your valuable time. Let me show you how to get that free certifications right now. Let me share my screen again. Do that because there are other content that. Okay, can you please see my screen? On Google, just go to Google Alerts. Click on it. You will get Google Alerts, right? What I did, I just said Google Alerts and then clicked on it, and then I will get alerts. What I want to do is I want to get certifications, or I want to get job alerts. You name it, whatever you want. For example, it'll help you in knowledge, it'll help you in understanding what's happening, news, everything. I will now talk about awards. For example, I'm only interested about HR awards. What I'll do, I'll say HR awards. Okay, or I'll say award. What it does is, if you see, it is searching so many awards, entire web, on the entire web, and it will throw you notifications. So you have to create an alert. Sorry, I'll do it again. Let's take business awards. Okay. What I'm doing is I want this alert to be sent to me, like whenever as it happens, from all the sources. It'll ask you, do you want it from news, blogs, web, etc., etc. And you want it in English or not? You want it from any region, or you want it only in India? How many times do you want? I want it all. And then you just click on create alert. Okay. In that way, if you see, it will show all the business awards that are there. It says the business alert is already active. That's the reason it's not coming properly. Let me show you one more. Can you tell me any other awards that you may want for, or let's take free certification, right? PMP program, PMP certifications. PMP certifications. Okay. So what it does is, it will pull all the certifications from the web, everything from the website, different websites it will pull, because this is Google. They are very good in search optimization. And then it will throw you what you want to do. So I want it only once a week. And then I just click on create alerts. When I just click on create alerts, I will keep getting emails every week saying that, you know what, there is a certification. Sometimes these could be free certifications also. Just click on it and then see if it's a free certification, just do it. Because please understand, all the institutes, when they first launch a course, they launch it as a free or like with a minimal fees. You have to take advantage of it through these alerts, grab it, because the same course that, for example, the DEI certification that I'm doing right now was free last year, but right now, because I'm doing, it has become 10,000. So I would have saved 10,000, last year. So it's just an example. So you have to just don't put alerts and leave it, because I also left it. I couldn't see, and then I lost that opportunity. Please create alerts on your subject, on your topic, on your keywords, and then you keep getting these alerts. This is just a 15-year thing. I keep using it for all my presentations to keep myself updated about what's happening in the industry. Moving on. Can you see my presentation? Okay. So please identify mentors. You need definitely one mentor, but do not get confused between mentor and a coach, because even in the corporate world, people get confused. Mentor will give you solution, but coach will never give you solutions. He will make you figure out. And then that's the reason coach job is to ask powerful questions.
Venkatesh,
We
just
are
a
not
second.
able to see.
Have you shared the presentation?
I'm so sorry. I'm resharing it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, please.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so I was saying that do not get confused with mentor and coach. Coach is completely different, mentor is different. Coach will actually ask you powerful questions to help you reach your goal in corporate or in anything, personal or professionally. So if you have a mentor, it's good, but try to have a long-term mentor in the corporate world. For example, you're entering into the corporate world, right? Just imagine you want to get into like something into IT space, you want to be a leader, identify a leader, but continue it for a long term, because a mentor has to keep observing you. But coach is not like that. Have a career coach if needed. Understand, for example, you have a trouble navigating through your career or tough manager conversations in corporate world. The coach, what it does, coach doesn't give solution. For example, if you come to me, I will not give solutions. I will ask you those powerful questions where you will actually figure out yourself what to do. So that's the process that we follow. There is a framework that we follow. Keep having career journal. People do not have it. You pick 100 people in the corporate world, even if you pick the top general managers also, they will not have career journal. Suddenly they recollect, oh, I've done this, I've done that. Please having career journal, because it will help not now, in the future when you're applying for a job, because you just have to pick those and then put it in the resume saying that, okay, this is what I've done. Have career journal. You could use anything on Google. There are so many open platforms. Keep having regular review. Biggest mistake people do in resume is that they keep talking about their past and all. Past company I've done this, past company I've done that. Corporate world doesn't need what you've done in the past. That skills are important, but just talking about the current organization or the previous one. That's where you have to highlight. For example, my resume, if you see the last 2 companies or last 3 companies that I worked, I'm silent about it. I don't want to talk about it, because current what I'm doing is more important. Current skills are more important to the corporate world. So 3 C's are very, very important for you to be successful. Consistent. For example, you are posting on LinkedIn. Be very, very consistent, because algorithm works in that way. Why do you see suddenly one video popping up on your link on your YouTube, or some article coming on LinkedIn? Is somebody's posting continuously where it is throwing it on you to actually watch or see. If you do the same thing, you will help in actually optimizing your profile. And continuous learning. Do not stop. Every day the AI is coming, new technology is coming. If you think AI is beating, there could be new technology that comes up. So you have to show it in your resume, LinkedIn, saying that you've continuously learning. What are you doing? So keep adding, keep adding. Do not think that it is the end, because, for example, HR space 15 years. I've done very few certifications which I can survive, but there are a lot of other things that I could do, but I do not want to do it. For example, there could be OD certifications that I can do. I can do a labor laws, but which are not helpful, because I can just do instead of doing a law, I can just do a labor law. So do not see which one do you want to do, but continuously learn. Creativity, you have to sell yourself in the resume, but also in the corporate world when you go there, saying that you're creative. For example, you want to do a meeting, do it in a different way. You want to present something, do it in a different way. You want to run the project, do it in a different way. There are no set rules right now. People want to gamify. You will hear this word called gamification. So gamify as much as you want. Gamification, what do you mean by gamification? For example, I want to make all of you to do a training, okay? And I want to make sure that it is completed faster, because that's my goal. What do? I gamify it by creating a leaderboard, and whoever does it will be on the top, will be given a badge. So I'm gamifying. It is so simple, but the word, don't get confused. So gamify. So use your creativity, come up with different things, gamify it. That's when you'll be able to succeed. As I said, it's completely free, but nobody does it. So please keep doing it. As I said, I keep getting alerts, which I don't want. I'm not looking for a job, but why? Because for me, LinkedIn is throwing my profile to HR recruiter saying that, okay, this guy, but I do not want. So it will work in that way. Please do it. It is completely free. You post 3 times, 4 times. So what do I suggest? If you have to post, you have to be successful in branding yourself. Please understand there are some stories, because it is getting recorded. I will not be able to tell you. Branding helps, not just getting a job. You can earn good packages. So offline I could talk. So branding, please understand why I'm talking about branding is it can do wonders. Keep posting. For example, if I'm an HR, the reason why I picked only employee engagement and not the other voice badges is that I don't want employee engagement is related to HR. So I want to be an expert in it. Pick your thing and then keep posting it. So I'm keeping, I keep posting continuously. That's the reason my profile comes. So, or other thing that you have to do is take a topic. For example, project management is what you wanted to apply for jobs. Go to an article or a blog that you want to follow, pick up that article, and then whatever you learn, just keep posting it by putting the keywords as the hashtag. When somebody looking for a profile, your profile will be on top. Two reasons why you're continuously posting. You're putting that keywords as hashtag. So you have higher chances. But understand, it only happens, the wonder happens only when you keep posting. Okay, so the last thing, a lot of people get confused between oh, HR, what does they do? What do they do? You know, is it operations or strategic stuff? These are the sub functions that we have in HR. I will just take 1 minute and then stop it so that I'll take questions. Recruitment, we are, as a recruiter, if I'm a recruiter, we are here to, you know, find best talent. If you think that there is a job board, I'll go to the job board like Naukri Monster, LinkedIn, I will find a job, I'll find a profile. The answer is no. If it's so easy, you know, everybody would be a recruiter. It will not work out because the right now the challenge is so tough. I told you about why the top leaders in the country are unable to handle the Gen Z hybrid workforce, post-COVID things, right? So it is so tough to hire, attract people, because post-COVID people do not want to be in the corporate world, or their, you know, time span in the corporate world, the average tenure has come down to 2. Earlier it used to be like 4 or 5. HR operations, these guys are the ones who do transactional work. Okay, HR business partner, they are the ones strategic work they do. Okay, employee relation, industrial relations are the ones who actually deal with trade unions, your compliance, your audits, your policies, your practices. That's what employee relations do. Center of excellence, these are the subject matter experts in anything. Talent management is everything around talent, right? You name it, they will come and they'll come with you problems. So talent management is, for example, your business have to be grow to the next level, like 100 million has to become 150 million. These guys will come and put the right performance management practices, right leadership courses, right competencies, career path, so that your organization is productive. Comp and Ben, they are the ones who actually make sure that the right compensation is given, benefits is given, industry benchmarking is done. L&D, their job is in a single word: upskill, cross-skill, reskill. This is what they do. Talent analytics, data, bring in insights through interactive dashboards, because presentation can't give you insights, but interactive dashboards can help. Interactive dashboards can be learned in just 10 minutes. You won't believe. You just go to Google, type in free HR sample, you will get a sample data, go to Excel, create an interactive dashboard, and you see the insights. You will be blown away with what interactive dashboard can do in any job that you're doing. Digitization, the world is moving. Everything is getting digitized. So you should be able to know, I'm not saying tech savvy as in, you know, everything, but you should be able to use the technology easily. DEI, a lot of jobs are coming. I think your role would actually, you can easily play diversity and inclusion, because getting diversity is so important, and people like you who understand the importance of diversity can actually be a great leader in DEI. PMO, they are the project managers for HRs, and there are other roles also. For example, there's a project going on, they'll make sure that the project is successful, the reports are done, you know, meetings are done, so they take care of it. RMG, resource management group, they are the ones who actually move the resources. You would have seen in Infosys, TCS, there are bigger bench, right? They manage the entire resources. Global mobility, this is for international movements or a domestic movement. The international movement is what they will take care. I will stop. I'll take a pause here. I'm sorry, I've kind of had to rush because we have only 1 hour. I will take a pause and then start taking questions. Can I stop my screen share?
Yeah, Venkatesh, you can stop and, you know, we can take on the questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
Morning, Venkatesh. Manpreet here.
Hey, hi, Manpreet.
My question too is regarding ATS compliant resume. You know, like there are a lot of people who talk differently on ATS compliant resume. Like should be a normal text on a paper, boxes should not be used, photograph should not be there. So I, as an HR professional, I want to know, like, what is the right performer for ATS compliant resume?
See, I've used ATS in my previous organization. I've implemented it. There is nothing like there's a format and all, but the problem is the tools are designed. Not all tools are designed in such a way that, okay, if you put a box, it will not capture. but keep it as simple as possible. That's when it will be successful. So as I said, I have not heard from any HR so far that because of you putting a box, it is not pulling something. If you want me to validate once again, I can actually do it, go back to my recruiters and see if they are really facing it. But the answer is no. Don't think that you have to change your format just because of AI tool.
Thank you, Venkatesh.
Thank you.
Hi, Venkatesh.
Yeah, hi, Praveen.
Hi, morning. Yeah, thanks for the nice PPT. It was very effective, and you gave some very crisp tips. I have two
Thank you.
questions for you, and you are
Yeah.
humble also. All throughout, you are trying to catch up with time, whereas we should be bothered about time. Yeah. So I have two questions for you. Firstly, I mean, it'll differ for each of us, but broad this thing, because we have started using these stuff lately, because in our service we don't use these stuff. Okay, making a resume, CV, interview, and all this. I gave only one interview about 26 years back,
Oh.
and that's I got into Forge. Okay, that is the only interview I've ever faced in my life. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Coming to questions,
Yeah.
how much time and frequency should one be active on LinkedIn? Because it's like any other social media, you get consumed and you get carried away. So is there a framework, let's say per week, fortnight, one, both time that you need to spend it very intelligently, otherwise you can just go bonkers. And also the frequency of posting. Let's say I'm posting something, let's say on aviation or cyber security, blah blah blah. So what is the frequency? One article per week or one per month? How do I beat the algorithm? Number one. Or how do I keep up with the algorithm? Let's not beat it, let's keep up with it. Second question is, see, here the aspirations are little high, having served for more than 2 decades. I mean, I have this inherent question: will this virtual thing like LinkedIn work for me? Because I'm looking at executive positions, not at entry. I'm looking at mid or senior level positions. Will it be really effective? See, it may be a value add, but will it be, I mean, the only go-to place? I hope I'm clear.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
For your first question, frequency and then when to post, I would suggest, because you're starting right now afresh, one day at a time. If you want to post on multiple platforms, there are some tools. It's called Hootsuite. If you post it on that, it can actually post it in 4 or 5 platforms at one time. So you don't have to go to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and post in 4 places. You post it and then click on the button, it'll just go. If you want, I'll just click on that link in some time from now so that you can do it. But because you're starting, once a day is suggested. Okay. Second thing is about, you are looking for a leadership role, and then is LinkedIn a right place for me to sell myself and then get the job? The answer is yes. Right now, Naukri, Monster, Indeed, etc., are not the primary source. LinkedIn is the primary source for all the job searches. All the leadership role that people are looking for is on LinkedIn, because they wanted to see how they're branded, how they're connected to different markets. For example, I want to hire you as a leader. I'm actually checking through your LinkedIn whether you have a right set of stakeholders. Are you attending the forums? Do you have the right network to get more business? So I can only see it through your LinkedIn profile. I can't see it through your resume or Naukri or Monster. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, Venkatesh, this is Sunil here.
Yeah, hi, hello. Please go ahead.
Yeah, there's 2 questions. Okay, one is that you've slightly touched upon this topic of about the cross domain. Okay,
Cross-domain.
first I would like to a little bit elaboration I need on this one. That is one. The second thing is that I got confused with that thing about the branding. Like for example, I've seen in LinkedIn also where some people talk about the other his colleagues or anyone they appreciate about them, and they keep it's like I thought it was branding actually, but it is not so. So if you can bring out exactly, is it that by virtue of people appreciating them in the LinkedIn about a particular person, that will actually lift them up, and then something will be picked up from that line. So I'm a little confused in these two things. Can you elaborate on these two parts?
Definitely. So to your first question, cross domain, give me more details about it. Okay, let's take me as an example. I've lived in the IT space for 14, 15 years. I do not know any other domain, but we are in a world where we wanted to make sure that we are learning from cross domains. For example, what is manufacturing HR doing? What is hospitality HR doing? Can I implement some best practices out of it? If you want more details, when you have time, Ford company, how did they actually come up with the idea of, cars moving is through a cross domain. That idea has come from it. There is a beautiful article when I was doing XLRI that was actually presented. So it comes for people who are into quality. I think that that example would have given to you. So that's the reason cross domain is actually for benchmarking, getting the best practices. Finding your solutions to your business can come not from your domain, but from a cross domain. Second thing is about branding. Do appreciating others is actually a branding helping. Please understand that Indian psychology and the job market, etc. A lot of people have recommendations that is of no use at all. I can get 1,000 recommendations and it doesn't work. So branding, the actual branding is, are you posting the right content so that I'm learning from you? So how much to post? I would post only a single line and put the hashtags so that the hashtags are helping my job search. The post is helping for me to learn and others who are seeing my post to learn. That's how I'll be branding myself, saying that I'm a subject matter expert in that topic.
Yeah, got it. I think these two things can be linked up. The moment you start branding, I think cross domain automatically gets pitched into that particular thing. If I enter into any other arena or any other field, okay, I think that moment the branding also will keep on improving. Am I right?
You're right. But if you do it, it'll be great. For example, through CII HR assessment, I'm actually going to manufacturing companies, spending a week's time on doing HR assessment. That's where I will learn. For example, you want to learn, do cross domain, go to CII Business Excellence Awards, do a workshop, spend like 30, 40,000, and you can actually go to other industries and then, learn from hospitality, retail, other industries. So you can actually do it because you're now at like 10, 15 years experience. After you being in the corporate world for like 2, 3 years, you can do it. So you can reach out to CII. I'm a CII member, so it's not that I'm promoting it, but it is helpful. It's called CII Business Excellence.
Okay, right. Thank you. Thanks,
Hi, Venkatesh.
Hello, sir. Please.
Peter here.
Hi,
I
sir.
just have a small question. You did speak about a number of these online courses which are not free. Don't spend money about it.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, very serious doubt, because whenever you talk to people outside, they want to check out what are the certifications you have. So if you're
Yes,
taking a free course, you just go through it, but you really don't have a certification. If you are taking a paid one, then you get a certificate. Now, I mean, how does this work? Is it the knowledge only that's important? Because I can't say I've done a certification course and I've not, I don't have a certificate for it. So that's my doubt on it.
Definitely, sir, I'll answer. So right now, if you look at the trend in 2023, because I interact with a lot of hundreds of HRs, is left, right, center people are doing certifications and they're not able to implement. So it is of no use. So even in the interview, I would only ask saying that how does it help? So, okay, why did I say free certifications? So the difference between courses and certification is you do a course, but it's not certified. You don't get a certificate. That's a course. The reason why I'm stressing on free certification is a lot of institutes start certifications with free or a minimal cost. I'm saying that capture that moment so that you can get that. Else, it'll go high of a higher cost. For example, recently when I was talking to Basanti, where she wanted to do a certification which has gone by 4 times to what I've done, because she's doing right now, but I've done it like 2 years ago. So I'm asking you to capture that thing so that it could be beneficial. And that is through Google Alerts. Keep putting alerts, and then I'm sure it will help you.
Hi, Venkatesh. Happy that I could attend your this good, wonderful session today. You come with very impeccable credentials and work with some good brands, Microsoft and Deloitte. Fortunately, I got my offer with KPMG. I'm currently working at KPMG into forensic investigation space. And I understand what you are telling, because learning and development, talent acquisition, those things keep on coming in. You are thrown like 100 to 150 hours of training is compulsory in every firm. And irrespective of whatever your engagements are, you have to do it. My question is like all others who are working here, that we are all, you know, fairly put in our experience of more than 12 years, and we have a service officer service bracket range between 12 years to even 26, 28 years. It's a very long service tenure which we have served, and you also want to not to go on junior positions but to go on senior leadership positions. Coming across certifications, adding those skills, it helps. May I ask, is there an entry barrier? Because what I see is that not every firm has got a veteran program. And I have myself heard from a very senior partner that, sir, we are not very sure, although you have skills, but would you be able to adjust in our very dynamic, very young environment? And what you mentioned, Gen Z, how difficult it is to manage them. I am actually feeling, and I'm going through those things, that people don't tell you even on important projects, they'll just take leave, they're just not available. People take mental health leaves on a drop of a hat. You actually told somebody to mend ways, and next morning you hear that he's or she is approaching HR and telling that I have not been given quite a good advice and all. These are day-to-day challenges, whatever project function you are delivering. My question to you is that, serving in Microsoft, Deloitte, do these people accept us, or you have to have a very strong tech profile to get into these companies, which are very good brands to work with? You talk about, you know, top 20, top 30, top 50 companies who are IBM, Amazons, and Cisco's, and good companies. And my second question is, there have been times when people say, okay, let's go and approach a headhunter, let's pay him some amount. For example, he says, okay, I get you a package of, let's say, 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs. And sir, I charge 5%, 10% or 1%, either from you or from the company, either way. So my two questions is, one, that companies like Microsoft and all, do they allow us to go there, get interviewed, or what is the best way to even secure jobs? I have friends who are in Microsoft for last 20 years and they have not left, but in tech profile. Second question is this strategy of contacting headhunters, top headhunters, does it help? Because Monster and Naukri.com, I see they just charge money. You don't actually get any good traction. Nobody contacts you that your resume is available on Naukri.com and I'm now willing to pay you a 50 lakh, 60 lakh rupees of job. So my two questions on a very quick.
First question about, do companies accept veterans like you? Right now, go to LinkedIn for you to validate what I'm saying. Just say diversity, equity, and inclusion, and see how many people are behind it, all the big brands. Yes, they would love to hire you, but honestly, there are some leaders who believe that you can add value. Some leaders do not. So let's not go with others, but let's go with those who believe. For example, JP Morgan, you would have heard. PwC, you would have heard. Microsoft does it. Or I'm not sure if Microsoft is doing it now, but there are big brands who are doing it. But please understand that you may have to divide it into tech and non-tech. For example, it's easy door into non-tech than a tech, because maybe you may have to do aggressive certifications coaching so that you are a core developer, you are a right delivery manager. So if it's easy entry, let's look into non-IT. The second question about is it the right thing to do to go to headhunters, give them in 2023, I would say, there are very close friends. They have given money. We've told them not to give money, but they were like, they want to just throw money and do something to get a job. They did not get even a single call. So you have to go with the market. Please do not spend, as I said, money on free certifications like this. If you are a great branding person on LinkedIn, people only come to you. do not pay, do not waste. Because I have not heard even a single case, at least in the last 4 or 5 years, that, hey, I paid for Naukri, I paid for Monster, and I got a job. I did not hear. I can actually validate by doing one more survey, because I have huge groups which have like 400, 500, but I have not heard.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Venkatesh.
Hello, sir. Please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, this is Anand here. Just this thing doubt. When you are talking that they were looking to leverage us on the strategic aspects, or when you say that companies want to hire veterans for the skill set that we have, now when we go for a job, they would ask us whether they would be able to leverage something, or they would throw jargons to us, which until unless you do, it's like swimming. Unless you enter into the pool, no matter what theory you read, you will not be able to swim.
Okay, I'll put it in a different way. Don't take me wrong. So
Okay.
I'm actually helping two people to change the career. So one guy is from BPO. He wants to move to testing. He has no clue about testing, not even ABCDs. So I've gone with your approach, where I presented his case saying that he's interested, please take him. So it didn't work out. So I've told him a second strategy. You want to be a tester? Go learn testing. He joined in MCA. He did all the courses. I've assigned him a buddy. He learned. He tested our own platform. He went back with the test cases to the leader and said that now give a job. We were able to place it. So for you, you're an external. Companies do not know. You could actually do it. You could actually, for example, you're a project manager. You can actually come up with those creative ideas on how to make your project successful. Because I've seen it, a few people doing it and saying that, okay, this is my solution and I have more things. Would you like to hire?
Which project? I'm sorry. So when you made this particular statement, you could make your project more successful. Which project? As of today, we are not doing anything.
For example, IT services organizations like Infosys, TCS, Wipro, etc., they need project managers, and the project has to be optimized. With less resources, you have to deliver it on time. Trust me, it is so difficult. You may have some creative ideas that you wanted to project to them. So you will put a message or a LinkedIn email with that. I mean, I'm just giving a thought about it because that may also help. Got it?
Sorry,
Because
I am still not, sorry, but I'm still not able to. Pardon for our ignorance.
no problem.
So
I will repeat again.
Yeah, like for example, Infosys, would they put something on LinkedIn ki this is our problem and we are requiring a solution? Would they actually put something like this and we could write some free article on that? Is that what you mean?
The answer is yes and no. You would have heard in the news saying that Infosys or some other companies couldn't deliver. That's the reason project went to the other companies. It is there on the website, so you can go. Second thing, some problems are, you can know it through like common problems. Like every project, is it meeting the deadline in IT? The answer is no. How many times you have seen our own, like it could be government projects which kind of delayed because they may have to do come up with new ideas. That's the reason why maybe our country is actually asking for new ideas to come up, where you may have that skill. So you can actually send it through in-mail, LinkedIn. Because I'm not saying this is the solution. I'm saying this is one of the solution where you could actually catch someone's attention. And then,
I'm sorry. No, we are, if you could give us a live example, it would, help us a lot more better. Like, for example, let me tell you, whenever I'll give you an example, when a pay commission is released, and when we say that the pay is to be calculated, we give examples at class 4 level, class 3 level, officer level. If this is the basic, this is how the DA will be. This is how the military service pay will be. This is how you will migrate. And it's an example. And we will say that based on this. Now, when you say, like I have done a PMP certification because everyone was doing it in the run of the mill. I've done it. It's been about a year. And I did some PDOs and all. Those helped me to increase it for another 3 years. Now, the point is, if they ask me, last 1 year, have you done any project? No, because at the position I am in today, I am not doing anything. So they would say that what is the last thing you did? I'd say 2018 to 21 did a program manager where procurement of about 2 crores of items in 35% time. But if they ask me what have you done in last 1 year, we may not be doing because sometimes our appointments do not allow us to do that. That's how the armed forces are structured. So Until unless I am presented an opportunity or a training. Now, for the company, it's a cost. I understand it. So, how would they evaluate us that yes, if I spend some cost on this guy, he will be able to make a difference or add a value to me? It's just experience is one thing different. But how does because he has no knowledge of what we have done. I have no knowledge of what he speaks English, I speak Chinese. We may speak the same thing, but until unless there is a handshaking, it's like that maximum power transfer theorem. If the impedance at A does not matches as B, the power will not transfer from A to B.
So if your question is about how do corporates evaluate your profile, it's a tricky question that I may not give the right solution, because I've seen with my own eyes, some people just shut down. They say that, okay, we don't want veteran hires because we have to spend so much time. But there are some leaders who would love to actually take you as interns, train you, groom you, coach you, and then put it. So it all depends on the leader. So there is no right answer. So it all depends on our how the corporate is and their values are. So because in 2022 there was an army veteran. He's a major or colonel, sorry. So he reached out to me. We have an HR position. I reached out to my organization and said that, can you please hire, because he did his job, he did his certification from XLRI, and then I will coach him, I will train him. It was straight away declined, saying that, okay, we do not have time, and then we don't want you to spend your time on it, because that's what they believe in, because they don't want. Some people believe in, like JP Morgan's believe that, yes, this is what we want to do, let's do a veteran program. So it all depends on the leader, I would say. Not even company, it all depends on the leader.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, hello, Venkatesh. I am Commander Gurmeet.
Hi, ma'am.
I have been on a sabbatical for about 2 years, and now I'm basically planning to get into the groove now. So my question is, say you have applied for a job, like I've been applying on LinkedIn. God knows for how many months now. Hardly, most of the time I receive rejection mails only, even though if I look at the skill sets and everything is matching. Still, I mean, since I am from an aviation background, I was an ATC officer in the Indian Navy. I'm applying for similar jobs as of now, and when I feel that the profile matches, but then somehow I have been getting a rejection mail. Now, one thing that I want to check is, like, say I apply somewhere and everything is matching, probably 1 or 2 certifications, or they say that this is preferred. They say that Agile Scrum is preferred, or lean concepts, knowledge of lean concepts is preferred. So if say just a hypothetical situation, that say I have an interview, they at least call me for an interview. Should I make any effort to at least learn about the concept, because gaining full knowledge might not be possible for me in a small time? Or should I just honestly say that I have not done it, but if you want, I can and do it? Or otherwise, I can just say that this is what I've looked up at the internet and this is what I know. I'm just a little curious to know, should I go for a full-fledged course, because I know I'll not know the head or tail of it, and I probably won't be able to grasp much of it.
You are right when you said that, should I go ahead and then complete the course, learn? The answer is yes, you should do that. Because one of the skill that people may look at when at a leadership level is, as I said, why am I talking about cross domain or something which is not your thing, is that's the skill they look at. You have not done, you do not know, but are you putting efforts to learn? At least do you have an idea? What is the current trend? That's what they have to know. So please go ahead. Do not think that you're wasting time. You're gaining knowledge, as you said. It's go ahead.
Right. One more question regarding the certification part only. Now, I think out of the 78 people who are right now doing the course at IIM, the present course, whom you are addressing, I guess more than half the people have done almost all the certifications. So, although I can understand, I mean, doing everything will also not yield any result, but I am pretty sure that if any employer comes, why will they pick me up if I don't have anything additional in my CV?
Okay, good question. So that's the reason why in the slide I mentioned about those compelling stories. You have not done it. For example, project management. Let's take project management.
Yes.
The project management people wouldn't have transformed the project or bring in some optimization. For example, I'll talk about 2020 during COVID lockdown. I've implemented a project called Success Factor. It's a digital transformation that we wanted to do. The core project management people have failed, but I've learned a lot. So when I'm applying for a project management, I will talk about those stories. Okay, so that's the reason why your stories are very, very important. You have not done it, but you know the stories, you know the challenges where next time you could navigate.
But
We
somebody
all
should
know-
let me tell the story. So in order to tell the story also, somebody has to first select me. So to at least to proceed to the next stage of interview, I need to have something in my hand. I have not done any certification except for some Excel free course on LinkedIn Learning. I have not done any other course because frankly speaking, it's not that I don't want to do. I'm not very sure which field I should choose. Should I go for PMP, PMI, or should I go for Scrum Master, or should I just go for the lean concepts? I mean, I seriously don't know. So I just want to gauge for some time, and then probably I might be wrong. I just want to gauge for some time and then put my foot into it. I don't know. So
See,
that is a dilemma that I'm having right now.
one thing is you're asking the right questions at a wrong time, because 2023 is not the right time to ask these questions because the market is actually not good for a lot of reasons.
Okay.
So if you ask the right questions next year, I think you will get that answer, because I'm in HR, I'm a site leader in my company where we clearly told saying that we have to put these positions on hold till December 31st. Same thing you're hearing in all the companies, because they wanted to see a lot of, for example, elections could make a lot of changes to the country, like US elections could make, India elections could make on the investment decisions, right? For example, this is not the right example, but you may connect. For example, what if Telangana, there is a different party. So do you want to invest where there is a party who doesn't support? Will the business grow? Do you want to invest here? Or do you want to go to places like stable government? So you may not have opportunities here, or people are still thinking. I know a lot of projects, our own projects, that we want to give you business. We want more people to hire. But can you please hold on for like 5-6 months till the time this phase of, recession, it's not a recession, but kind of recession be over? So that's where we are there in the corporate world. So please have patience for another 2-3 months. I'm sure 2014 will definitely be bright.
Let's see. Thank you so much.
I think one more question and we can stop the session.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Hi, Venkatesh.
Hi, ma'am. Please go on.
I'm Major Smita. Like these all certifications regarding that, I wanted to ask that there are many certifications which Google has, which Microsoft has. For example, the certifications which Google gives, it is a Google certification, but not ISO declared certified. So what difference does that make, that you have a certification with the ISO declared UID and you have a certification from Google? So is it at par with only learning certificates, or does it give value? Because the prices are remarkably different of the two.
Certification, exactly, because, or I can take an example. Let's take data analytics as a certification. Google is offering something, Microsoft is offering something, but Tableau is another tool that is offering. For example, Google Analytics, Power BI, Tableau. Which one do you have to choose? Go to, Gartner quadrant. You will see Microsoft on the top, not Google, not Tableau. So I would go ahead and do Microsoft Power BI, because the industry is recognizing Power BI as the data analytics tool, not the Google. So that's how I take decision. So I may go with Tableau, but please understand that the basics are same. The look and feel, or or availability matters, right? Almost same. So I would go ahead, spend my 15,000 on Power BI, but not on Google Analytics or Tableau. That's how I will decide.
Okay. Fine. Thank you. Thank you, Venkatesh.
Thanks, ma'am.
Yeah, I think we